Morning, just a terrifying night for 3 children on Chicago's north side. One moment the kids were just waiting for their father. The next they were at the mercy of a carjacker. CBS 2's Eric Cox is live on Devon Avenue in West Rogers Park with how this all ended. Eric?
Audrina, police are considering this one a very close call. They tell me that 3 children, 2 girls and 1 boy, ages 16, 9, and one of them just 4 years old, were all waiting inside of a new Toyota Highlander parked here on the 3100 block of West Devon Avenue behind me. They tell me they were waiting on their father, who had left the car running, when another car pulled up and a man hopped out and got behind the wheel of that SUV with the children still inside. But officers say he did not get very far, and our nonstop news crew was actually there on the 3500 block of West Devon Avenue, just 4 blocks down the street, around 11:30 last night. That's where that Toyota Highlander those children were inside of was recovered. Police say the carjacker drove it just that short distance before hopping back in the black Toyota Camry that he and his accomplices originally pulled up in. Detectives believe that car was also stolen from the 6300 block of North Maplewood in Little India. As for the 3 children, officers say they were all unharmed and reunited with their father, thankfully.
Right now at 4, a family's late night trip for pizza turns into a very scary situation. A father leaves his 3 children in the car while he runs in to get pizza. That's when armed carjackers hit. NBC5's Chris Coffey spoke to one of the kids inside that car. Joins us now in the newsroom with more. Chris.
Kate, it started with a family trying to pick up some dinner in the West Rogers Park neighborhood after a long day. Instead, it became a terrifying ride for a Chicago teenager and her kid brother and sister. For high school sophomore Imama Muratab, it's a time to enjoy her family's company after she says they went through a traumatizing experience Sunday night.
I guess it happened, so I have to deal with it now.
Muratab and her 2 young siblings were in their dad's car as he was getting pizza last night at the 3100 block of West Devon when a carjacker hopped in the driver's seat and drove off.
He goes, "You get out of the car, I'm gonna shoot you." And I'm like, "No, I can't. There's a baby in there, and my other sibling is in there too."
Muratab says the carjacker was about 17 years old, but Muratab says she grabbed his neck from the back seat and eventually used her dad's cell phone to call 911.
30 seconds into the call, he jumps out and gets into another car and then drives off.
No one was hurt, and a Good Samaritan helped the kids move the family car to the side of the road. A few miles away, police tracked down a stolen Toyota Camry to this gas station on West Lawrence. Security video shows one man running away, but police took 4 people into custody. The kids were reunited with their dad. For Muratab, a sigh of relief that everyone's okay.
He didn't harm us, but it was traumatizing that he drove away with us. I felt like I was getting kidnapped.
Now, the 4 people taken into custody at the gas station were charged with criminal trespass to vehicles, but police say the driver escaped and they continue to investigate. Chris Coffey, NBC5 News.
What a scary situation for those kids. Chris, thank you.
Audrina, that 16-year-old girl tells me she was waiting in the car while her father was picking up pizza here at Domino's around 11:30 last night. Her 9-year-old brother and 5-year-old baby sister both sleeping in the back seat. And even she admits she was beginning to doze off when someone hopped behind the wheel. She said she had to wipe her eyes and realized it wasn't her father.
I was just scared for my life. I was like, I want to get out of here.
It was a terrifying trip to get pizza for Imama Muratab and her family. While her father was inside grabbing their order at this Domino's Pizza on Devon Avenue, she and her younger siblings were sitting in the SUV, the vehicle still running when another car pulls up and a stranger opens the door.
The dude just hopped in and he looks back and I realize it's not my dad.
Imama, her 9-year-old brother, and their 5-year-old baby sister at the mercy of a carjacker.
He's like, "Get out or I'm gonna shoot you." And he starts speeding down the road. He's going in a zigzag pattern.
Believe it or not, the thief only made it 4 blocks down the street, all thanks to Imama's quick thinking.
So I see my dad's phone. I start calling 911. 30 seconds into the call, the dude just jumps out
of their SUV and back into the car he came in. CBS 2 obtaining this exclusive surveillance video of the accused carjacker and his accomplices at the Mobile gas station on West Lawrence Avenue in Albany Park. The offenders at the pumps not even an hour after trying to steal the SUV with Imama and the other children still inside. Moments later, officers approaching the vehicle, guns drawn. The driver of the car spots them from the foot of the door and makes a run for it. 4 others, 2 men and 2 women, all arrested. This trio put in cuffs shortly after coming out of the bathroom. All part of a night Imama says she can barely believe.
I mean, it all feels like a dream.
Not even 30 minutes later, though, police spotted a black Camry that matched the description of the one those carjackers were in at the Mobile gas station on the 4200 block of West Lawrence in Albany Park. Our nonstop news crew was there just minutes after officers made that discovery. And that discovery actually ended up being the right call. 4 people were arrested according to police, but unfortunately a 5th man, the driver of that vehicle, was able to run away and is still on the loose this morning. For now, I'm live in West Rogers Park. Eric Cox, CBS 2 News.
Eric, thanks so much. I'm glad those kids weren't hurt. Well,